I'm talking about Living Expectancy Part 3, subtitle, Sow into It. Everybody say sow into it. All right, so if you want to have your expectation met, you have to sow into it. You have to invest into it. Let's go into the scripture to Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. It's a very, very popular verse. You've heard it over and over. Even if you don't know it's in the Bible, you have quoted it one day at a time, sometime in your life. Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Do not be deceived. That means you can be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, that he will also reap. And this passage sets out some important principles. And I want you to pay attention to two words in the verse. The first one is the word sow or sowing. Sow or sowing is to take an action with an expected harvest in mind. To do something, to act in such a way with an expected harvest in mind or expected result in mind. When a farmer sows a seed, he does it in expectation of a harvest. Many times the farmer can tell you specifically what they want to harvest. You talk to somebody, a farmer, and they tell you, well, I'm planting this acre of farm. It could be corn, it could be pepper or granules or cocoa. And he'll tell you, well, I'm planting this acre of corn. I'm expecting so many bags of corn at the end of the harvest season. Well, I'm expecting so many bags of pepper at the end of the season. I'm expecting so many bags of cocoa. So what they are doing, the sowing they are doing in the field, is premised on an expectation. They expect a certain harvest. And that's how we also live our lives. We do things with expectation, although sometimes we do things without expectation. So sowing is taking an action with an expected harvest in mind. Now, the principle of sowing is primarily an agricultural term. But when you look at the verse, there's a second word that I want us to pay attention to, and the word is whatever. Whatever means something universal. Any kind, any amount, whatever. So the Bible is taking this principle beyond agriculture, beyond farming, and saying this principle of sowing affects whatever. Affects whatever. It affects anything, kind, amount. If you sow it, you will reap it. Whether it's a smile, it's a prayer, it's a habit, whatever you sow, you will also reap.